Hey everyone, welcome back to Cody Tarot. I'm your tarot reader, Cody. In today's Pick a Card, we're going to be finding out if your crush likes you back. Plain and simple. Okay, so we have three groups in front of us today. If you don't know how Pick a Card works, I am going to explain it towards the end of the reading. All you need to know right now is you need to select one of these three crystals. But yeah, let's get into it. So group number one is the chrysoprase. It's group one. Group two is the hemimorphite. And last, group three is the snowflake obsidian. So yeah, basically how a pick a card works. Also, for those of you who are veterans, you know how a pick a card works. You can pause the video here if you need to meditate on your pile or anything like that. So if you don't know how a pick a card works, basically you select one of the groups in front of you. Group one, the chrysoprase. Group two, the hemimorphite. Or group three, the snowflake obsidian. After you do that, you go to the description box or the comments, and there'll usually be timestamps associated with each group. You click on that timestamp and it'll fast forward you to your reading about if your crush likes you back or not. So for all of you, think about your crush, pick a crystal, and let's get on with the readings. Okay, group one, let's see if your crush likes you back or not. First, I'm going to pull a card to indicate who your crush is. You know, if you chose the right pile, what they're all about. Let's see, who is group one's crush? We have Chameleon Spirit. Okay. Next, I'm going to pull a love story oracle card to kind of indicate the situation that you're dealing with your crush. So let's see, what is the situation that you're dealing with your crush? And we have rejection. Interesting. Okay. I also have a new deck that I got in the mail like a couple days ago. So I'm going to be using this deck. So let's see. So let's get some cards for group one on if their crush likes them back. Let's see what we got here. Make sure, yeah. Okay, so we have Eight of Swords, Seven of Swords, Death, the Pentacles, and you know, it's funny, I love this deck, but not so good for the channel because these cards spin. And that's annoying when you're trying to do readings. Let's move this quartz over here. And I'll move this quartz over here too. I'm just trying to get more space. So the cards spin when you're doing readings, which is kind of annoying. And they're glossy. But this deck is amazing otherwise. I love the art. I love the messages I get from it. All that good stuff. So let's see what you guys have in your reading. Okay, guys, your reading basically is that your crush does not necessarily like you back. I'll let you know straight up but if you want to know like why and what's going on in the situation and all that stuff, stay tuned. Okay, so Chameleon Spirit, act as if this is representative of your crush. Oh yeah, that would make sense. You want to see if this is your crush first, because honestly, like if this doesn't resonate, then you picked the wrong pile. You can pick another pile, all that good stuff. So your crush is kind of represented here with the 14 and adding up to a 15 as someone who is in the midst of change all the time. With Chameleon Spirit, they're very adaptable to different situations and different people. You might find that at some points they're wearing like a certain type of outfit, and then other points they're wearing a different type of outfit depending on who they're hanging out with. This person adapts to the social scene that they're in, or the closest friends to them. They might settle into one particular group, but still, I feel like there's a changeability about them. Whereas like sometimes they're hanging out with one group and they act a certain way, and then they hang out with another group and they're acting in a totally different way. With act as if, they kind of change their behavior based on the people that they are surrounded with. This is the type of person who needs someone who is equally as adaptable as they are to match their social energy, or they need someone who's a total introvert that stays at home all the time so they can go out and do their explorations, but they definitely need someone who's not jealous. They need someone who's not possessive, or someone who's not necessarily wants commitment is kind of the vibe too. But with Chameleon Spirit here, they're really adaptable. They adapt to a lot of different situations. That may have given you the impression that they liked you because they're adapting to you. They're getting on your level, right? But this person adapts to all types of people. Chameleons have evolved this way because it's their survival mechanism. So they don't get eaten by predators, or they can blend in. It's either a survival mechanism so they don't get eaten by like predators, or a survival mechanism where they can go undetected before they eat their prey. One of those two things. I think chameleons are on both sides of the spectrum. I don't think chameleons are like plant eaters necessarily. I think they eat like flies and bugs and stuff, don't they? Don't they have like a long ass tongue that grabs insects? Anyway, so with rejection here, this is showing me that the story between you both is there's this feeling of rejection. You may have already asked this person out, or you may have already hinted towards a connection with this person and they already rejected you, and you're just still being like, well, why did they do that? Is it the wrong time? Is it not the right place? No, they just don't like you in that way. One of the things that I'm seeing that they feel about you, and that's something that you guys could be going through in general, is feeling inhibited with your ability to express physical affection. Like I'm getting for you guys, there's this very strong feeling of being restricted in your ability to flirt right now. Connecting with the sacral/root chakra, both is what I'm seeing, connecting with both at the same time. So either wearing orange stones and red stones and wearing a lot of orange and red in general. Could bring you back online in this department, could cause you to feel more physical in your body, and in that way less isolated on an affectional level. Sometimes we associate affection with the heart chakra, and it's funny you guys did pick a green stone, but in this particular regard, I'm seeing getting grounded in your root chakra could actually make you more physical with people on that kind of like romantic flirty level, and also adding in that element of the sacral too, to kind of how do I put this? Make it more playful is kind of the way I'm seeing it. Just so you guys know, like you're meant to let go of this person with swords and death. And my oven just went off, so that's confirmation. You're meant to let go of this person. You're lightening your load, right? Like you have bigger and better things than this person that are on the horizon for you. You're literally reaching for the stars at this current point in your life, and this person is holding you back. With the death card here, I do see a major chapter changing for you in the future where your success is going to go through a radical transformation. So I know this reading is like about your crush, if your crush likes you back or not, but I'm just trying to let you guys know you do have good stuff on the horizon. It's not just like, oh, my crush doesn't like me and I'm going to leave you with that. You know, like you have other cards in this reading indicating future opportunities that are coming for you. With the 10 of Pentacles, there's something about wealth in your community, or there's something about your community being wealthy. This could also be in general. Like what we're seeing here with the 10 of Pentacles, we have these 3 women and these 2 dogs playing right here. It just feels very much like community vibes. It feels very much like a part of the bigger picture. I think you guys will be seeing a lot clearly in the future coming up. And it's very interesting because there is this vibe of like suspension is kind of the way I'm seeing it. Like suspension. I feel like you guys in the future are going to feel like you're suspended in a very positive place in your life, which is amazing. It's like maybe you've dealt with a lot of crap. I mean, this 8 of Swords energy is really disruptive in the sense that it blocks you from having relationships because it blocks off your affection. It's like, I'm scared to touch people. I'm scared to express affection. I'm scared to release or like let myself out of this straitjacket that I'm imprisoned in. You know, it's like, but there's a feeling of needing to cut the bonds and release. And I see that working with the root chakra specifically is going to help you do this. Releasing like lots of things here with the 7 of Swords. This 7 of Swords is different than how I interpret other 7 of Swords because she's climbing this rope ladder into the stars, into success. And she has this burden that she's carrying of like thoughts and projections and concepts and plans and stuff. And it's about letting go of those to achieve success, right? So with this sword falling from behind her, it's like as she ascends more and more, like swords are falling out of her basket and they're falling to the ground, you know, and she's leaving them behind her as she ascends up and up and up. This is part of your journey, and especially part of your journey in love and relationships. You guys are going to have to deal with a lot of crushes who don't like you back. Not that you're never going to find someone. I see that here at the 8 of Pentacles, you're going to find someone really amazing, really beautiful, a really amazing, like this person that's coming in for you eventually is this a very creative person, a brilliant manifester. Whatever they write down, whatever they paint, whatever they create comes true, right? With the 2 sunflowers here, you're both a beacon of positive energy around each other. It's like you're twin flames of happiness is the best way to put it. And it just amplifies on itself. So, expect a person who's going to totally erase any feelings of depression, any feelings of doubt. This is a person who can easily bring things into their reality. And I do see that even though you guys, it's all about letting go. It's all about, I need to let go to move forward. I see that with you guys. It's like, The more you let go of problems, issues, drama in your life, you just have to let it go. And then you'll start to ascend up towards the stars, towards the heavens, towards fame, towards success. With the death card here, I see a major chapter changing once you let this person go. I do feel like for a lot of you, you're very attached to this person, very overly attached to this person, and they definitely are not interested. I think it might be something about their ability to adapt or something like that, because in a way it mirrors your guys' own ability to shed your skin, right? It's kind of like the snake falling in love with the chameleon, because you guys are meant to shed your skin multiple times in your lifetime to leave behind these past versions of yourself. But unlike the chameleon spirit who just runs around in circles on one like level, how do I put this? It's like, the chameleon spirit's moving horizontally, like checking out what the forest is like, the desert is like, the ocean is like, right? And blending into all these different environments. But you guys are starting from the depths of the valley, ascending the mountain and into the heavens. Like you're on a vertical spectrum of letting things go. So every time you shed your skin, you are moving up and higher into the stratosphere where success is going to find you. Also, this is also an indicator that the higher up you go, the more people you encounter that are less disruptive to you. The more people you encounter that are, how do I put this? Like you will experience less rejection and less hardship in your connections. If you guys have really experienced a lot of really bad rejection in your life, something like that, whether that's someone cheating on you after you've been in a relationship for a little bit, whether that is, like you've hit on people, you've asked people out and they've just said no, flat out they've said no. Often this can be unrequited love where you're getting subtly ignored and you're kind of pursuing the person still. Seriously, when you start to let go of these things, these mental constructs, there's a lot that's coming for you, right? Swords in this particular deck are representative of the subconscious in the nighttime and like things you're dreaming about or things that are subconscious in your mind. Pentacles are representative of productive daytime activities. You're literally going from shadow to light. We see that again here with the death card, with the shadow on this side and the light, the sun merging on this side. You're going through a transformation from shadow into light. And with this Eight of Pentacles relationship coming for you in the future, this is durable. This is very long lasting. This is a committed relationship. So don't think you're going to go your whole lives never having a committed relationship. It's just coming later. It's coming later in life, but you will have one. And with Ten of Pentacles here, I see you meet this person through a positive community. But yeah, I know we're going into territory besides if your crush likes you or not, but there are aspects in this reading that are pointing out messages you guys need to hear, so you're not like, oh, my crush doesn't like me, how crappy, of course, always. No, you're my group that like needs to know there's something better down the line, right? This person is not right for you, right? They're going to stay on the same level. How do I put this? They're staying on the same level in the world. Even though it seems like they're changing, that's why you like them. It's like, oh man, they're changing their personality. They're changing who they are in different ways. But you guys are meant to ascend to the heavens. You are celestial beings and you're meant to rise to that position. And it's through letting go of burdens. It's feeling lighter. It's the same feeling as if you were in a hot air balloon, right? And you had a whole bunch of weights in there, like anvils in the hot air balloon, and you can't fly into the sky. And you're like, I just want to be free. I just want to be free. But I love these anvils. I don't know if you guys know what an anvil is. It's like a kind of a weight that they had in like old, they show them in like cartoons where like, I don't know if you guys have seen Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner where he's always trying to kill him with these anvils. Anyway, it's like you have a whole bunch of weight in your balloon. And as soon as you drop that weight over the edge, your balloon just rises straight up into the sky, And you're like, wow, okay, this makes sense. Like, and I think once you get the hang of it, once you get the hang of like, oh, I just need to let my problems go. I just need to drop this dead weight and like let it go. And then I can more easily climb up this ladder, like towards success, or I can more easily ride this hot air balloon towards success. I think that's a really powerful thing. I think that, you're going to realize that eventually you're not on the same level as this person. They are on a different level than you, where they're kind of experiencing their reality in kind of like a horizontal way. You're experiencing it in a vertical way. So I do see you kind of achieving more than this person in the long run. This person, even though they're adaptable, they might not be destined for too much success in this lifetime. They might seem successful now because they're adaptable, but that doesn't mean they're actually going to achieve anything worthwhile in life. Not that there's not really a measure to this kind of thing, right? It's not that, they're just like stuck where they are. They're going to have happiness and successes on their like little plane that they're on. But with the Seven of Swords here, I really feel like you guys are meant to achieve like greater understanding, higher intelligence, cosmic, what's that called? Acceleration is the word coming to mind, but it's also elevation, cosmic acceleration and elevation through leaving things behind. You really are going to end up this life very enlightened, but very grounded in a practical way. And I think your partner, which is interesting, is more grounding than this person is. This person feels more fluid, almost like a water sign, where your person coming in your partner feels more earthy. They feel more stable. They feel more long-term. Definitely feels like a long-term commitment. Yeah, I think this person looks at you very lovingly. I think this person that is coming in for you feels like they manifested you, but you really have to get on their level first, right? And that it requires ascending. Now, just remember, if you're feeling stuck in your body, and this does not by any means mean you should not be expressing affection, right? Part of letting go of these burdens is learning to express affection more effortlessly, more clearly, becoming more of a flirt in a sense. Just letting yourself show love and receive love. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with someone romantic. This can be with friendships. This can be with people you trust. This can be with people that are, how do I put this? Like people that you feel good and intimate around without it getting like taken to a weird level or getting taken to a level where it's like misunderstood or anything like that. Like you guys are allowed to express affection. I want you to know that. And getting grounded in your safety, security, your root chakra energy, your sacral chakra energy is going to help you express those expressive feelings. Remember, major transformation coming to you. I do think this person is going to eventually leave your life permanently. So I really would not get attached to them in any way, shape, or form, because there's something happening where they're going to leave your life permanently. I see that with the Death card. That is kind of an unalterable ending. And with rejection here, if they've already rejected you, move on, Sorry, not to be like super harsh or anything, you guys. I'm not trying to be like that. I'm just trying to let you know you have bigger and better things on the horizon. It's not like this person is your be all end all, It might feel like that right now, but you're meant to ascend to a high level in society. With the Ten of Pentacles here, I see society. I see to the cosmic consciousness that you're going to be experiencing. And you're really, this person too that is coming in could be extremely artistically gifted, whether that's through music, dance, painting, sculpture, whatever. Like they could even have a really brilliant way with working with artificial intelligence, right? We could have that as well, where they make beautiful designs using AI or something like that. This person brings certain things to life that, how do I put it? That's kind of difficult or hard to imagine. Like this person's literally painting a fox and the fox is coming off the canvas. It's like really powerful energy for who you're going to be with in the long term. And it's like you can look at these matches as a signal of your evolution, right? We have this burnt out match, which is kind of like how you feel with this chameleon spirit person. And then we have this lit match, which is how you're going to feel with your new partner coming in here that's further down the line. I see a major transition for you guys. I think I'm going to start repeating myself if I keep going any further. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Yeah, and also with the Eight of Swords here, one of the reasons why this person doesn't like you is it's like you almost don't seem natural in your skin, which is totally not your fault, right? This is just what you're going through at the time. But that might be why they don't like you as much. Also, there is a subconscious knowing that you are going to ascend past them in this lifetime. So that's another reason why they're not looking for a kind of connection. They're like, and they might not be saying this, but they're thinking it. They're like, this person's going to go like to higher places in this world. This person's going to excel on this like vertical spectrum where I'm kind of just exploring the ground level. This person is climbing the heights in this lifetime. So it's one of those things where there's almost a feeling that they feel like you are out of their league, in a way, they feel like you are out of their league. I also think there is just a baseline of not feeling attracted to you, whatever that represents to you guys. But at the same time, there is a feeling that you're out of their league. You're going to ascend. You're going to drop your burdens one day and you are going to reach the heights. So, sorry, bummer message, but hopefully some good news as well. I mean, that's what the cards were basically coming out in this reading to tell you, like as a side note. So, hopefully the reading resonated. maybe you guys came to this reading too, and you just wanted to know if your crush liked you back. You weren't really that invested in them or anything like that. And you're just kind of knowing, should I move on? Should I not move on? Well, this is your sign to move on. You have a lot better, what am I trying to say? More better things. Okay, I'm not using the right English right now, but you have better things on the horizon for you, right? You're literally climbing into the stratosphere and dropping all your worries behind. That's kind of like what you're going to be doing pretty soon, relatively soon too, right? When you get over this affection thing and learning how to start expressing affection more, I see there's like this feeling of like, oh, I'm rising, I'm going up, I'm going up. You're letting go of these swords that are keeping you trapped in this kind of cage where you can't express yourself. So yeah, that's about it for this reading. Thank you guys for watching the reading. And if you resonated with it or you want to help out the channel in a way, you can like or comment below. Also, if you feel like you really like this reading, you feel like others in the future will resonate, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. That way you can get the videos in your subscription feed and all that stuff. Yeah, thank you guys again, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Hey, group 2, if you picked the Hemimorphite, this will be your reading. Let's get started with an animal oracle card to represent this person that you are thinking about. We're going to get into their personality so you know if you chose the right pile, and then we will get into if they like you back or not. So we have Armadillo Spirit, set healthy boundaries. Okay. Let's get a love story oracle card to help us see the situation here. Oh, this one flipped out. We have mystery. That is one card. I want to draw a card as well for you guys. Let's see. So, card wants to come out. We also have chemistry. Cool, cool, cool. Oh my gosh. I kind of know what's already going on. At least based on that. I need to pull more cards just to see the full picture. Okay, let's see. So we need some tarot cards. We're going to have to push these up a bit because, I don't know if we have room. This deck of cards is pretty big. Okay, so let's get some tarot cards to represent the full picture on if group 2's person likes them back or not. Does their crush like them back? Okay, let's see here. We have 5 of Wands. Okay. We have 2 of Wands. We have the Hangman. We have the Fool. And then we have 10 of Cups. Okay. Okay, let's see here. This one's a little lower. Let's see if we can push that up. Okay. Okay, now that I got those organized, let's get into your reading. Okay, does your crush like you back or not? The answer to this one is complicated, but I'm gonna let you know who your crush is first, and then we're gonna get into the reading. So with Armadillo Spirit, set healthy boundaries. We first have this energy of a person who is, how do I put this? I feel like armadillos roll up into a ball. It's like a defense mechanism against predators, so predators can't attack them or pierce their shell. I think this person has those kind of boundaries up. I really feel like overall, this person is the type of person that if you start pushing things, they'll close up. So I feel you guys have had to react very cautiously around this person because as they have this vibe about them that makes them a little, it's almost like prickly. I'm almost getting a porcupine vibe as well. When they set healthy boundaries, it's this vibe of it might be with a look or something like that if you cross a boundary, they give you a shooting look or something like that. We have 3 here, so I also think there's a feeling of creativity within this connection. I'm seeing this is a mutual thing for both of you. 3s can also indicate, if you think about how you make another human life, creativity in that realm is kind of where sexuality comes into play. I think oftentimes that's why we associate the sacral chakra with creativity, sex, and children all at once, because literally when you're having sex, you are creating a child, or that is what is kind of the byproduct sometimes when you have sex, I do think this person is sexually drawn to you. Definitely. We have chemistry over here. I think they're very sexually drawn to you. They are putting up a mask with mystery here, and they're not revealing their feelings currently. I do think they like you, at least on a sexual level. There are some inconsistencies here, though, where I want to get into if they actually want to be in a relationship with you, because that's another story. That's a whole other story. It's a whole other ball game. They do like you back, though, at least sexually. There's a lot of sexual tension I'm seeing here. With set healthy boundaries, they actually might be blocking this energy off, which can be very frustrating, because I see that there could be a very natural and reciprocal flirting type of vibe. I also see you guys kind of, in a way, I feel like you guys are more the ones initiating this, just because they have that boundaries energy here with Armadillo Spirit. I feel like you guys are the ones more like enticing them or teasing them or something like that. It doesn't have to be. I do see this person has set some pretty strong boundaries, even though they are sexually attracted to you. So it could be one of those things too, where they're keeping their guard up, they're keeping their mask on. With mystery here, they have a way of using their eye contact to confuse you. So I would not, how do I put this? I would not judge them based on when they look at you or why they're looking at you. This is not the type of person where the eyes are a window to the soul. This is the type of person where the eyes are a defense mechanism. This person uses their eyes defensively to push people away. They use a specific look in particular to keep people at a distance from them when they're uncomfortable with their own internal feelings, right? So they might be feeling very sexual, but maybe they don't want to pursue the connection. So in a weird way, they like you back, but they don't want to pursue the connection. And don't worry, I'm going to get into why they don't want to pursue it. You might be thinking like, well, if they like me, wouldn't they just pursue it? Not necessarily the case with what's going on. First of all, with the Five of Wands, you both are from separate friend groups, and I'm seeing these two friend groups are completely incompatible, like completely incompatible. So first off, and first and foremost, there's a feeling of, constantly having to be pulled back to your friendships when really you want to be closer together. This person is at a tug of war with this aspect. You guys might be fine with it. You might feel like, well, I can have friends separate from my relationship. No big deal. I'll keep the two separate. For this person, they like to integrate those aspects. They are very uncomfortable with the fact that you guys are from separate friend groups or from separate cultural backgrounds. It could even be the fact that it's giving Romeo and Juliet. If any of you have seen Romeo and Juliet, I think it's like the Capulets and the Montagues are the two families. It's giving very much that vibe. And it's so funny. I've been seeing a lot of signs lately before this reading about Shakespeare. Like I just hear Shakespeare all the time. And I can't remember. I think it's in a TV show I watched and a few other places, but I just keep hearing Shakespeare, like in movies and just in quotes and stuff like that. I don't even like Shakespeare. There's no reason why I should be around. I mean, I do acting, but I've never been like super into Shakespeare. I'm not like a Shakespeare buff or anything like that. But I've been seeing hearing the word Shakespeare is coming through often. Shakespeare's alleged birthday is April 23rd. So if April means anything significant to you guys, or the number 23, or even like 23 boils down to a 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. We also have the 2 for the Two of Wands and the 3 with Armadillo Spirit. If you've been seeing 2, 3, 5 or 5, 2, 3, that could also be a message for you guys about this connection. I'm also noticing that 3 plus 2 plus 5 equals 10. So it might be that these 3 cards in particular add up to this outcome. If they can reconcile all these things, right? So first of all, the second card, right? 2 of Wands. They have a choice to make. They literally have a choice to make. It's a choice between 2 different options. Both not materialized, right? Not materialized. It's like they're in limbo is kind of how I'm saying it. They're in limbo. There is also, I don't know if you can see it, but in this card, there is a wall, a brick wall, and part of this wall is broken down and there's like a valley below them. It's like they can either stay on this side of their life, on this side of the wall, or they can venture off into new territory and explore a relationship with you. They are currently deciding this issue. They're also taking a long time to decide this issue. I feel like this person with the Hangman here is really taking their time. They're really trying to look at things from all sorts of different angles, but I'm getting the message that the more angles they look at something in, the more confused they get, the more in a stasis they become, where they keep putting up these boundaries, and even though they're sexually attracted to you, they keep putting up this mysterious front because they're trying to bide time, right? There's this feeling of trying to bide time because I can't figure myself out. I can't figure out what I want. Like, do I want this particular friend group, or do I want to immerse myself with this other person, even though and I don't know if they don't get along with your friends. That's not what I'm seeing. It's specifically the friend groups that don't get along. It's like, I come from a separate world than you come from. Giving very much like star-crossed lovers, if two lovers were from different types of cultural backgrounds that were constantly in battle with each other. Like I said, this is very Romeo and Juliet, Capiludes and Montagues. I'm lost it. I know I said it right in the beginning of the reading, but yeah, they have a choice to make. They have a choice to make, and they're procrastinating on this choice with the Hangman. That's why they're not coming forward. That's why you can't tell if they like you, but you're feeling this tension. Your instincts are right. This person is sexually attracted to you, but there is a feeling of different types of friend groups. There's a feeling of like, well, your world's like this, my world's like this. It could be family dynamics. Like, maybe their family is radically different from your family, and they're very confused of like, well, if our families met, with our families have bigger issues, you know? With 10 of Cups here, family is important to them. 10 of Cups is a traditional family unit kind of energy. Wow, that's interesting. There might be a third party involved in this situation for some of you. There might be a third person involved that your partner might want to integrate you with eventually. Like, there might, in the long run, because this is like a future position, there might be a third party that is coming down the line that might, I don't want to say disrupt this connection, but most likely enhance this connection. You might have someone who comes in. Oh, take this only if it applies. Like, I know a lot of people on my channel, super monogamous, not into 3 poly situations. But I do like to leave certain messages open for all sorts of alternative lifestyles, because I believe in accepting like pretty much all alternative lifestyles, as long as they're not hurting our own lifestyle. You know, we all have the right to make our own choices in relationships. We have our values. If you do not want a kind of third person in your connection in the future, then you can always like not put up with that, right? Like, you can set healthy boundaries too, you know? But I do see a third coming in that's going to harmonize your relationship more. And then I see that third person leaving. If this connection moves in the direction I see it going in. With the Fool card here, there's this feeling of absence of thought that they're eventually going to get to. They're going to get to this feeling of absence of thought. So all their dilemmas and their paranoias and their issues of like how they're going to approach you or what they're going to do, or staying stuck in this weighing of the choices, right? With 0 and 10 here, there is this feeling of like, how do I put it? Like, harmony through absence of thought. Like, the Fool with the 0 energy here just makes me think of absence, like nothingness, right? One thing I'm seeing with this, once they achieve this absence of thought, they might come forward. If you're still in their life, they'll definitely come forward. They'll get a little more flirty. They'll get a more free-flowing. The Fool is very free-flowing, very spontaneous, like act first, think later type. You know, it's about motion. It's about coming into motion. Yeah, with stepping on the flowers, I think this person is stepping lightly because they know you're delicate. They're stepping lightly because they know you're delicate. Remember their eye contact. I want to go back to that right now. For some reason, I feel that message. Their eyes don't tell the full story. They have a mask around their eyes. They have a lot of boundaries. They use their eyes to set boundaries and to set limits in the connection. They might have a guarded expression. That is a time to really like, their eyes are telling the truth, but not necessarily what they want. Like, you guys are used to looking in people's eyes and seeing what they want or their desires. Their eyes are a little colder because they use their eyes as like, they would use their eyes like they would use their hands. Like, if they needed to push someone off them or tell someone no, they would use their eyes in that way. Now, I do think they are sexually attracted to you. There is a whole lot of chemistry. For some of you, you've already hooked up. You've already had a hookup. You've already had some kind of intimate moment. And it was really extremely powerful. And that scares them because this different world thing, you guys are in different worlds. Whatever different world this means to you, that's what it is. It's like you're from different cultural backgrounds. You know, for some of you, there's a feeling of taboo in this connection, that there's different worlds, different friend groups, different families, something like that. There's some kind of divide between both of you. And that's creating a lot of, how do I put this? It's creating a lot of like friction on their end where they have to make this choice. And they're just, I'm sorry guys, they're procrastinating. They're going to procrastinate for a while. They're going to keep giving you these looks. It might alternate between like come closer and back off, come closer and back off, because they're confused. Their mind is going back and forth. So I feel like you guys really are confused in this connection. I feel like you guys don't know what's going on necessarily. I think when their mind lightens up, it'll be a lot clearer. Their actions will be a lot more smooth. It's just going to take them some time to get to this because they really have to weigh all the pros and cons. And this almost feels like divine intervention here. Something like that. Like it feels divine. I'm not seeing any angels though, so take that with a grain of salt. Something will happen to them though that it might be divine intervention, but they might not view it that way. Maybe this person's pretty realistic. I mean, they have that armadillo shell, so they're kind of hardened. They're not as sensitive as some other spiritual people are, is kind of what I'm seeing. But with 10 of Cups here, there's this feeling of harmony, right? There's this feeling of harmony. There's this feeling of joy. I don't know how to explain it. These flowers in this card are making me feel of elevation, but at the same time, the fish are kind of like grossing me out when I'm looking at them. These goldfish falling out of the cups, and they're only falling out of some cups. I do think there might be some moments where this person, if you guys get closer, like part of the intimacy is them grossing you out and you grossing them out. Like to the point where it's like, it creates intimacy, right? Like not gross in a weird way where you're like, oh my gosh, that's creepy. It's not like that. It's like them playing a prank on you or something and you going like, ew, 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 ew. And then all of a sudden it like builds intimacy. They laugh, you laugh. And it's like part of the game. I feel it's like part of the game is to kind of like make each other cringe. I don't know. That kind of feels romantic. In a way, I've had a relationship like that. I've had a few like that. And that's kind of a fun dynamic, Now, keep in mind, there is third-party energy here that I'm seeing in the far future. This could be also like if you're not into a poly situation, I don't think you're going to attract that. Honestly, like we attract what we like truly desire and we will reject what we don't. If part of you wants the poly thing, but you're not sure about it, that could be an option in the future. Maybe you grow and develop and realize you do want something like that. If you're very averse to it, most likely not going to happen. Sometimes people just know what they want and that's it and they know it, right? And I feel like you guys are kind of like that. This third party person could be a marriage counselor or some kind of situational therapist, like I really feel this person could be someone who, 10 of Cups typically indicates marriage and starting your own family. So the third party, I feel like there's just always a third party in your life. So it's like you guys start dating, but then soon after you meet like a third person, they're always around, or you start dating and then like you have marital issues and then there's a therapist, or you start dating and then you eventually have a child and there's like one other child in the connection, right? There's this vibe of there always being a third in your kind of relationship. And I believe this third person creates more harmony between both of you. Like I said, I don't want to predict marriage here. It's very far off in the future. They're going to have to come to this clarity of thought eventually. They're either going to have to decide to leave this friend group and move with you. And I do see more of an isolated existence with both of you because this is the kind of connection where it would be very hard to merge friend groups. If friends are important to you, this might not work out because it all depends on if your particular friend group is really important to you to the point, because it's always going to be a little socially awkward when they're meeting your friends, when you're hanging out with their friends. And if this is a family dynamic, it's very much giving with the 10 of Cups, independent family unit away from larger family communities. So instead of hanging out with aunts, uncles, your mom or dad, your brother or sister or something like that, you two would hang out kind of separately and go back to your families kind of separately is what I'm seeing. Or it's one of those things where it's like both of you could hang out with one side of the family separately, and then both of you could hang out with their relatives separately. But I don't see like big family mergings. It doesn't feel like families are merging. It feels like the families are way too different to merge together like that. It would just be really awkward, right? It's giving this feeling of like super awkward. We could also have third wheel vibes in this connection as well. Okay, so they do like you. Your crush likes you back, but they're being very confusing. I'm not going to lie. They're being very confusing. It's like at some moments you're feeling this tension and then they push you away, and they're doing it with their eyes. They're giving you the guarded look, like don't get closer to me, is kind of how I'm seeing it. That's how you're going to know if this is your person. If they're giving you that guarded look, if they're setting boundaries with you constantly and they're putting up that wall. That's how you're going to know this is your person. And really, you guys, it's not anything you're doing. You're amazing. You're beautiful. This person finds you beautiful. They find you really sexually attractive, but they're hesitant to move forward because it's like, they're not going to get along with my friends. I'm not going to get along with their friends. You know, we're at this kind of crossroads here, you know, and they have to choose. Do they stay behind in their safe space, or do they branch out into the world? Do they move out into the world? Do they follow the path that is presented before them? You know, a spiritual person who is really highly spiritually evolved usually takes the path that is presented before them, even if the consequences are unknown, or even if there's fear, because there is this feeling that you can trust fall into the universe. That is also sometimes what the Fool represents as well. When the mind clears, it's like you're free to move. It's like you're free to experience new beginnings. You're free to move forward. You're free to follow your impulses. There is this feeling of total childlike freedom that they might embody eventually after they pass through this stuff. But in order to, they have to, like, and that's the thing. I have no clue when they're going to pass through this stuff, especially if you're one of my older viewers and you're like, clock's a ticking, I need to find my partner now. And you have like multiple options right now, but this person is the most enticing. You might not decide to stay with this person. I mean, there are things about this connection with that two splitting groups thing, you know, where different families are moving away from each other. That might not be harmonious in the long run. This is giving very much values driven things, like two different groups that have different values, or two different, it's just very divisive. Like, you come from two different worlds. There's a big separation with you guys here. Okay, I think that about covers it for this connection. Just so you know, they do like you back though. They do like you back, but it's not one of those things where I don't feel like they're ready to bring the connection closer and have that kind of intimate relationship where it's like you and them. I don't know. They're still contemplating is kind of what I'm seeing. So with that said, I'll catch you guys in the next reading. If you want to support the channel, please like or comment below. Subscribe if you feel like future videos are going to be helpful for you, or you really liked my reading style and you want to kind of branch out and see more readings from me. Yeah, with that said, I'll move on to the next group and I'll catch you guys later. Hope you enjoyed the reading. Bye. Hey guys, so let's get into your reading. I'm going to pull an animal oracle card first to see who your crush is at this current point in time. Why am I saying that? Does that mean your crush is like different at different points in their life? Okay, so let's see. We already had a group like that. Okay, so who is group 3's crush? Let's see. That might be a message if you are need to watch group 1. Say this one doesn't resonate. You just kind of gravitated to the third crystal, but you were also thinking about the first crystal. That might be a need to watch the first group. Okay, so let's see. Love Story Oracle card to get the situation. Let's see. What is the Love Story Oracle card we need? We have forgiveness. Okay. Push those up there. And then I'm going to get some tarot cards, then we'll get into your reading. Further information to see if your crush likes you back. Let's see what tarot cards need to come out to tell us if, okay, whoa. Okay, so the deck is behaving a little odd. Cards are slipping out from my hands. Oh my gosh, it's like, and we have the Lovers. I'm gonna put this right in the middle, right up here for you guys. Message coming through. This person feels like you're slipping away from them. Or they're slipping away from you. It's one or the other. It's like you guys feel like you're slipping apart, or you are losing contact, or circumstances are pulling you apart, something like that. There might be something that's not being said or something like that, but that doesn't have to be. The main thing that I'm seeing is like, it's hard to hold on to this person. It's like very mercurial is kind of what I'm feeling. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. Put these over here. Okay, let's see. Hard to hold on to them. What does that even mean? I'm gonna know more once I look the cards over, but for now, I'm just gonna kind of see. These never say this. I love this deck. This deck is so beautiful. I was telling another group this, but the cards don't like it. I'm just gonna have crooked cards. Like, that's all there is to it, because they spin. And they're glossy, so you can't have like super bright lights above them. But otherwise, it's an amazing deck. The artwork is phenomenal. I get a lot of intuitive hits from it. Okay, that's besides the point. You guys probably want to hear your reading. Okay, so let me get into it. Wow. Okay, let me see that. 4. Yeah. Wait, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay, so let me explain this. It's so funny. This is definitely a person that you guys reevaluated and you're coming back around into their life, or you want to reintegrate into their life. This is someone that, I'm going to be honest, you guys probably didn't treat too well in the past. I hate putting the blame on my viewer because sometimes people can't see their own faults. Like typically people can't see their own faults, but I feel if you're watching this, you're like, yeah, I know it. Like I messed up and I pushed them away and I want them back. I see clearly now that they're the right person for me. I want them back. So there is an aspect in this connection of wanting forgiveness, not only wanting to know if your crush still likes you, but if you can get that forgiveness. Now, this is a connection where I feel like circumstances or situations were put into place to separate you both. And really in that way, it's not your fault. There was a feeling of being mean to this person, breaking their heart possibly multiple times, or saying certain things that were hurtful multiple times. And I don't know why you guys did this. I don't really know what the motive was or what the fight was or whatever it was about. And maybe it was, both parties, there were faults on both ends of both parties, right? But one thing that I'm seeing is you see things clearly now, right? And that's funny, the owl spirit is coming out for them too. It's like they see things clearly too. Now, the interesting thing too with the owl, with the crown here, is I am seeing there's this vibe of them being in a higher position than you right now. Like they had a glow up is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Now, it's interesting because I'm seeing a lot of messages for you guys in the owl spirit. But I'm really seeing is that's how you're going to know it's your person, because it's a situational knowing. This is not the reading where I'm talking about a static personality, and this reading applies to anyone watching and who is encountering that static personality. This is a reading that is basically letting me know that the situation is the important part for you guys to resonate with if this is your group. Now, like I said, if you are the person, we're going to go it early in the reading just so you know to watch a different pile. But if you are a person in this reading you're not kind of wanting someone back in your life, you're not actually trying to seek a person that you were in previous contact with or a previous relationship with, this is not your group. This is a very specific situation for people who are coming to my channel. And I know saying that, like, whatever, is not going to get me a lot of views or whatnot, but I do like to read as specific as possible for the people that need to hear the messages. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the reading, group 1, if you are called to going to group 1, that might be a pile that might have some messages for you there at this time. But like I said, this is specifically for people who want someone back in their life. They're looking for that forgiveness. They're looking for that. And the thing is, you guys see clearly. You see clearly, like the intuitions hit you and you're like, that's my person. Like, this is definitely my person. Like, I messed up. I need them back. This is my person. And I ultimately see that this person also, for a lot of you, don't discount this reading if you weren't in a relationship with this person. This person could have been a friend, or they are currently a friend, and they're slipping away and they're falling away from you. And you're like, no, I cannot lose this friend. Like, they're the one for me. Like, this is my crush. And even though we're friends, I really need this person in my life, right? There is a seed of long-term compatibility that's been planted in your head at this time. Could relate to earthly things. For example, maybe this person, you have so much in common when it comes to taste, when it comes to sensual stuff. Like, maybe you guys like the same kind of food. Maybe you want the same kind of lifestyle. Maybe you want to live in the same type of house. Whatever the case may be, a lot of the sensory stuff is lining up. And for you guys, that's a big sign. Not for everyone. Not everyone's like that. But for you guys, it's a very big sign. This person might have the perfect look for you or something like that. There's a feeling of them slipping away, though, especially with this Lover's card slipping out of the deck. It's almost like the connection is falling away from me, and I feel it. It's like It's that feeling when there's like a little piece of fluff floating in the air and you're trying to catch it and it just keeps eluding you. That's the feeling of this connection. It's like, man, I had this at one point, but now they're just gone or they're slipping away. Like every time I try to contact them or get in touch with them, like they, and it's not like they're ghosting you. It's like weird. It's like they're falling away. It's not even ghosting. It's like, they're almost open to the connection as well, is what I'm seeing. With the devil energy here, it's so different from the lovers. The lovers, they're separate. There's this tree growing in between them. There's all this love. There's these roses. It's this rose tree. There is kind of a figure looking off into the distance at the top of this card, which makes me feel this sense of longing. Like there's this feeling of longing or desire or like craving closeness, but this person's constantly eluding you. I see with the devil here, sensory stuff, right? The devil refers to things that are like addictions or things that you can get addicted to. So like sweets, candies, like shopping addiction, whatever the case may be. It also refers in this particular card to music, to seductive music. The way you're going to pull this person back in, if you want them, which first of all, I do think they like you back. Hey, but here's the thing. They've been hurt. They have been hurt. And in that way, they're a little happy that there's some distance because they need that healing time. You guys figured out quicker than they did that they're the one for you. So it might be something where you need to give them space. However, caveat, with the magician here and the devil, you can manifest them whenever you want into your life because you have the seductive abilities to do so. Just so you know, you can heal up their healing process by apologizing, right? They would forgive you. They're forgiving you over time, but I kind of feel like you guys want to get this on the road. You want to get this moving. You don't want them to be snagged up by anyone else. With the devil here, something either about your voice, how you serenade them, like if you play music for them ever, there's something about your artistic creations that lures them in. Even if it's not your art you're creating, something about the songs you have or your collection of music. Something about the music you play or the music that's in the background when you guys hang out. Like there's something about a shared passion for music that I think for both of you, if you, like, how do I put this? I feel there's this feeling of like luring them with songs, right? Like, come on, like remember this song or remember this memory or something like that. There's a feeling that music is going to pull you guys back together again, or that music was the bonding agent that made you guys feel so close. And I get it. You guys are very different. We have a black woman and a white woman here. And I know like in society, skin tone doesn't mean that much. Like internally, we all have our own psychology. We all have our own way of growing up. Yes, there are cultural differences based on like cultures essentially and how we grew up, but skin color, it doesn't really matter. But because these are symbolic energies, it's showing me that you guys are very different, right? This is showing up symbolically, right? So don't think that I'm kind of saying like, oh, one race can't date another race. That's not the case at all. It's just symbolically, you guys are very different. But the music thing, that's what binds you together. That's what makes you addicted to each other. The sensuality of the connection makes you addicted to each other. And this devil card is by far not as frightening as a lot of other devil cards. There's no chains on them. The full moon is out. It's very romantic. It's like the devil is the one playing the sweet music for them. A lot of you do not resonate with traditional religions. I'm going to be honest. Like some of you listen to like heavy metal, death metal, stuff like that. Some of you listen to stuff that is very like anti like Christ, I guess you could say. Like that's the message coming through. But there's a feeling of like enjoying playing with the dark side, you know? It's possible that same kind of energy went a little too far in this connection, and that's why you need some forgiveness. Remember, it's not necessarily, indulging in risk or indulging in things like that is representative of that type of philosophy. It's about enjoying the music, enjoying the music. It's so funny. The devil's here playing an instrument. I'm getting oh my God, it's like my mom's memory. My mom was in this kind of like religious group for a while where she learned all this holistic healing, but they wouldn't let them listen to like rock and roll. And so when she got out of that group, she broke away from that group. The only thing she wanted to do was listen to music again. And it was like a big awakening, That's the kind of feeling here. We have this like music. It's like there's this forbidden thing that you guys share together. And it's musical. It's like, I feel like for a lot of you, it's art. It's like, wow, no one else likes this particular art thing or this sensory type of thing. And I know that like that's kind of the bonding agent between us right now. So both of you could be artists. Like you could be artists, you could be chefs, you could be engaged in a creative medium together. I don't have my Three of Pentacles out here, so I don't know if it's about brainstorming or creating together, but it's about sharing your creations. It's the fact that whatever you create, whatever you make, they love. They deeply love it. It's like you are an expression of their soul. Like what you are expressing is what their soul wants to hear. Vice versa. What they are expressing, your soul wants to hear. And I feel like there's something about this connection where you both just took it for granted. You both took it for granted, but they're hurt right now. They're hurt, and the feeling is they're pushing you away, but they know you're coming closer. They know that what you have left, even though there's been disappointments, it's strong, it's enduring, you're gonna pull through. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. With the Magician, you have all the tools capable to manifest this person back into your life, right? It's just a matter of playing the music, suck them in. And some of you are thinking like, oh my gosh, that's awful. Like I would never like affect someone's free will. It's not that. They want to come back, but they're nervous about coming back. And when you soften them with this music, it helps them let down their guard. And just so you know, it is important to forgive. It is important to apologize, right? So you can receive that forgiveness, because I see that could be a dividing factor in your connection. But this is the thing, they're slipping away. It feels like that's the other thing. It's like, that's the part that's so confusing about this. It's like they're slipping away. They're falling away from you through no fault of your own. There's this feeling of always looking into the distance for them and waiting for them to appear. I feel for you guys, like this is kind of bittersweet. It's kind of sad, but you have the power to bring them back. You just have to actually do it. You have to kind of release this fear that you're going to hurt them again. Because I know you guys are worried about that. I know you're worried, like, what if this connection goes off the rails again? What if I hurt them again? What if we have a big blowout like we did last time? Now, that's the thing, is you guys are grown, you've evolved, you're different people now. I feel like this connection for a lot of you, it's been a long time since you've been around this person. For some of you, it's just about something that you did that you really regret. You may not have hurt them, but it might be something specifically that you feel like you did that was wrong, or you were in the wrong. And so you're feeling really guilty about that. Let's see what else I see here. They definitely like you. But there's this slipping away. There's either the thing keeping you apart is either the slipping away thing, which feels like this faded thing, which, in some regards, I would say that, it feels like the universe is trying to pull you guys apart. Now, I'm not seeing why in this reading. I don't know why the universe is pulling you apart, especially when you see them clearly. It might be for other reasons, like they need time to adjust, or they need to do other things in their life right now, or they're being called on a separate mission for their life right now. But it's so interesting. It gives me this battling effect. It's almost like it could even be that the universe is testing you, being like, well, I'm going to keep pulling them away until you choose to commit, until you choose to really, really want them back into your life. You could easily pull them in. You could pull them back in easy peasy, right? The full moon, the gravity, the ocean tide. It's like you just need to really shine your full light on this person. For some of you with the Lovers here, there's secrets that you have been keeping to yourself, and you need to share. There's this feeling of needing to share your feelings, share that you felt guilty about this action you did. Work through it. This is very much a connection of working through it. I don't often read for connections where the hard work makes the difference. Oftentimes I read for a lot of people who believe a connection should be easy or just like not have any issues in it. But you guys it's karmic, it's soulmate, it's also marriage material. I'm going to leave it at that. Karmic, soulmate, and marriage material. If you're not a spiritual person watching this, and this is the first time you've watched this, this just means it's one of those relationships where you have to put in the work, but when you put in the work, it's worth it. It is totally worth it. They can feel you in their thoughts. That's kind of what I'm seeing, because we do have the Five of Cups here, which represents them looking at these broken cups, knowing they have these two other cups that would still be available in the relationship with you, and that we have a strong growing plant in this cup, when all around them is this dead brush and grass, and all of a sudden right here is this growing, beautiful plant, fertile, alive, fresh with nutrients. They are suffocating just as much as you are, right? They are not finding peace. in their life right now. They might be trying to date and everyone feels dead to them. Like they don't have that same aliveness that your connection had. This is a powerful connection because with the devil and the lovers here, this is triple seduction. This is triple intensity. This is triple bonding. This is just such a close connection. But for whatever the reason, the universe is pulling you apart. And I honestly think, which is so funny, I honestly think it's because the universe wants you to realize you need them. It's like the absence makes the heart grow fonder. If you can't have something, it makes you want it more. And because this person is gone, you're realizing all these memories you had with them. You're realizing all these feelings, and that's what's fueling your crush right now. It's like, oh my gosh, like the air just turned, what, the air turned off? I thought the air turned off, weird. I had like a reverberation in my hearing and I was taking that as a sign. I thought the air turned off, but it was like my hearing went silent for a second. And that's what it feels like. It feels like you can't hear them anymore. It's like their voice is gone, or you can't, the impression is fading and you're freaking out. Like I feel like because you're freaking out. And for some of you, this person was a friend. Look at these cards. They're just like spinning their like, it's funny that these 4 cards spin. I'm feeling called to read these right now in a different way, in a different like pattern. For some of you need that. So with Ace of Pentacles here, this started out as a strong friendship, right? There were some disappointments, misconnections. Either they were dating. Remember, this is a separate message, but I need to say it because the cards spun like this. So it might be different than the rest of the reading, but if it resonates, take it. So you guys start out as friends. There was misconnections. I want to date you. You want to date me, but I'm with someone right now. Oh, I want to date you now, but you're with someone right now. I just broke up with my person, but you're still with someone. And there's this feeling of never fully committing. The Lovers talks about that desire, that distance, craving that connection, but having it constantly pulled away or fate not lining up. And forgiveness is this feeling of like, man, this is coming through strong. Sirens in the background. Forgiveness is about the universe wants you to forgive it. It's very much the feeling of like, we had to keep you separate. We had to keep you distant. For whatever reason, there's this feeling of we had to do it. We had to do it for the time being. This is one of those things that will make sense later. With you see clearly now, it might already be making sense. You might realize like, I know why they had to slip away all this time, because they had this like whatever the status they have to achieve with the crown there. And 4 and 3 adds up to 7. And in most numerological systems, 7 represents introspection, thinking things through, time to yourself, spiritual understanding, spiritual epiphanies, enlightenment through this sense of introspection. Very similar to the Hermit energy. I feel like you guys have been through this. You have thought through the memories. You know you want them back. This is action time, guys. Magician over here, the devil over here. Get them back with music. Get them back with your siren song. You guys are sirens to this person. They are coming, but instead of crashing on the cliffs like they did before or missing you, keep playing that tune. Persistence will pay off. Magician says you have all the tools to do this. You know how to do this. Yeah, and if you guys are thinking you don't, you will know soon. Right? Most of you, I would say 90% of you know already how to get this person back, but you're scared. You're scared that they are either, yeah, it's like the messages are so confusing for this reading. So I really hope they're making sense because there's multiple things pulling at me in different directions. And it feels very like, I just feel frustrated. I feel, and you guys might be feeling this. That's kind of usually how things happen when I'm getting messages in the reading. Like the way the reading, I interpret it kind of can represent my audience's feelings. There's a push-pull thing here. There's a push-pull thing. There's a separation. There's a tension. There's a kind of really deep frustration. Like, why does the universe keep getting in the way? We're perfect for each other. You guys know you're perfect for each other. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, there could have been a few hurts, but it's like you both keep coming back to each other, or you do this dance around each other. Pull them in with music, pull them in with your siren song, you know? Yeah, forgive each other for whatever happened. You guys want this. That's why you have a crush on them. You want this reconciliation. Your heart is, this is not just a crush. Your heart is calling you back to this person. With the Magician energy here, you have all the tools. You have the emotional aspect. You have the passionate aspect. You know the battle plan. You also have all the practical things in place. Like you guys are ready for this connection. You're ready for a commitment with this person. Don't let this pass you by. This person does like you, but like I said, they're hesitant. It's very much like they've been hurt. They don't know if this is right for them. They're thinking the same things you are. This card is coming out for both of you. It's like they're thinking the same things. Is the universe trying to keep us apart? Like, is this just not meant to be? They could even be in a relationship right now that's unsatisfying for them, and they're dreaming about you. I don't normally feel like it's appropriate to break up a relationship, and I'm probably going to get slack for this in the comments, but there are very specific situations in life that require specific types of energy, and it might be not the norm. It might break certain ethical boundaries, but I really feel if you need this person back, it's okay to bring them back. You guys are meant to be in each other's lives. Like, I know the universe is pulling you away, but that was only to make you see that you really need this bond. Remember, and it's this devil's advocate energy, right? The universe is playing devil's advocate. That's why you guys got the devil card. This devil is an ally at this time. Attachment, addiction, that's your ally. That is what you need to follow through with, especially when it comes to love. Addiction to love is meant to be in your life. This feeling that they're separating, that they're moving away, that is the universe testing you. And the universe doesn't test that often. Like, it does in ways, but it's really just pushing us to grow. This is a way it's pushing you to grow. It's pulling you apart so you can bring them back together again. It's like, how far are you willing to go to get this person? Here's the thing. You might not get them in this lifetime. I'm going to be honest. It's up to you guys. It's up to you if you want this person back. If it feels ridiculously difficult, if you want them to reach out to you, which I'm not saying they won't, because especially with this summoning energy, it feels very much like I'm manifesting them with like temptation, and then they follow and they come to me. It's like I'm summoning them with music. I'm using a musical way of summoning them. That could be with your voice, whatever. It's a feeling of summoning them, whatever the case may be. One thing I want to point out, it might not happen. Like I was saying earlier, it might not happen. It might just be too difficult. You might not feel like putting in the effort. You may have waited too long, or there's this feeling that you aren't meant to be. That's okay. You will find someone else in this lifetime. There are other soul contracts we have. We're not just, some of us, it's very rare, but some of us are dedicated to one lover for all eternity. We keep finding each other over and over again in multiple lifetimes. But this is the kind of situation where you do have other partners out there. You do have other options out there. I'm going to be honest. Partnerships that are going to be a lot easier to fulfill. But this is that one that got away. Definitely. This is the one that got away, and you can bring them back in, honestly. It does feel like they're flirting with this idea of the connection. It does feel like they are really hurt in this situation. But I would say simply, especially if you guys have the same artistic taste, if you listen to the same music, if you listen to the same, like literally everything is on point. Like every song you like, they like, every single aesthetic choice matches up with you and them. Like this is a vibe. Like this connection is such a vibe. It's super romantic. It's super tantalizing. It's super, like once you guys are together and you've solidified that union, that's the breaking point of the universe. The universe is like, fine, I tried to pull you apart, but you made it no matter what. And we're going to let you stay together. That's kind of the vibe. That really feels like the vibe here. Now, the thing is, it's going to be difficult. It's a challenge. Like you guys, even with the air going off right now, actually going off, you guys signed up for this challenge. You wanted this tension. You wanted this challenge. You wanted to remember this person. And that's your obstacle in this lifetime. That's also a past life thing that I'm seeing as well. I'm picking up on past life energy that you guys have had past lives, multiple lives, where you've tried to make it. Sometimes you achieve it and sometimes you don't. And you just need that repetition that shows you, this is kind of the message, that if you want someone, your free will is stronger than fate. That is the message, and that is the thing that you guys eventually need to learn in this. Some people need to learn that they need to surrender to fate, right? That fate has more power over them. They're their free choices, and they need to be one with the flow of the universe, stuff like that. You guys are free will folks. Free will. You have the power. You are the one that can use your free will to manifest this person. You are in control. You have total control in this situation, and you're battling. You're like, fate is very strong. The fate aspect is very strong. But if you want this person, summon them. You have the ability, you know how, do it. If you want them, do it. Just remember, when they come back, forgiveness is something that you need for yourself in this connection, and they need as well. It is mutual. Once you guys forgive each other, you can focus not on these broken cups down here, but on this beautiful cup that's growing a perfectly vibrant, rich, alive tree in a like a desert, right? Just so you guys know, this one keeps spinning around like, woo, okay. Now I'm having fun. I'm just having fun now. I don't know. This is a very, like, I get it. This is a connection that's difficult. This is a connection that's constantly falling away and you're constantly thinking about them. I get it. Pursue it. Pursue it. You guys won't be disappointed. It feels very strong in the future. It feels very strong in the present. It just needs forgiveness. And here's the thing. You both have grown so much. You both have grown so much. You won't mess it up again. Okay. I got really passionate about this one for whatever reason. It does feel positive in that regard. I do want to point out the universe will try to keep you away from each other. And if it's too difficult, if that fate aspect's too difficult, separate. You do have someone that in this lifetime, that's the thing, free will is such a vibe here. And I normally don't do readings like that because I'm a tarot reader and part of me believes that there's certain things that are unalterable that are just going to happen to us, you know? That's kind of, I say that in certain readings, like I'll tell people like, this is a transformation you're just going to go through. Like there's no choice in the matter. And I know, but then at the same time, I'm not the type of person who's going to totally discount free will. And that's the thing. It's a very real thing. There's aspects in our life that are destiny that are just going to happen. There are aspects in our life where we choose what we want. This is a test of your free will. You get to choose what you want in this connection. This is kind of, this reading's longer than the other groups because it's an important message. And I know not everyone's going to resonate with this pile because not everyone wants someone back. But for those of you that do, and those where the details resonated and this feels accurate, you know, do with it what you will. You know, always follow your own judgment. And really the choice is up to you. In this situation, it fully is up to you. If you want to bring them back into your life, yeah, you do. Here's the thing, whether this works out or not, you do have a future partner coming into your life. You have all the tools. You have all the tools to manifest what you want into your life. That's where your free will comes into play. You choose your destiny. You choose what you want. But at the same time, fate will bring in someone that works for you. But I do think that multiple lifetimes and in future lifetimes, you will be trying to get with this person again. Not that it's going to be disorienting or anything. You're not even going to remember you're going to be in your next lifetime. You want to remember this one, honestly. But this is something that crosses multiple lifetimes, definitely. So if you guys liked the reading, you can like or comment below. I hope the reading resonated. It was really an honor for me to give you guys this reading, especially this one. I feel like this one was important. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the next one. Oh yeah, if you felt this reading resonated, you think other readings in the future are going to resonate, you can feel free to subscribe to my channel. That's kind of like my open invitation for people who feel like they want to explore more readings that I have, stuff like that. And yeah, I just heard like a click over there. What was that click? Weird. It's giving me like head tingles, like when tree bark peels off trees. I don't know if you guys had that tree bark peeling off trees always gives me head tingles. That kind of reminds me in your reading of peeling back layers. You know, maybe your partner needs certain layers to be peeled back after they've been hurt. Maybe that's part of the forgiveness. Maybe you guys specifically need to peel back some layers of yourself to get more in touch with the inner world. I don't know. Take that if it resonates. I really enjoyed reading for you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next reading. Thank you for watching. See you later.